Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to put down a few things in my book. I'm not going to read everything from here obviously, but I just wanted to write it down so I don't miss out on any point or just miss any gist at all. So today's reunion was pretty straightforward. There wasn't so much beating around the bush or anything. They mainly talked about fan base, how the housemates are holding up to how their fans react, how just generally how the fans react, how the housemates are seeing it, how they are holding up. They started with Diane. They asked her how she felt when she came out of the house and saw that, oh, there are people that are defending her. She has a fan base and everything. So she was like, the first thing she saw, the first thing when she came out of the house and saw that her followers had increased, she was surprised, like, wow, this number of people are following me and stuff. So that really surprised her. I'm sure that most of the housemates, their followership increasing, or the number of followers they saw when they came out of the house must have surprised them. Then Ibuka also asked her how she copes with the fame and everything that comes with it. So she's like, there are positives and there are negatives, and sometimes it's overwhelming, but she leans more towards the love. That was what Diane said. Definitely there'll be negative energy. There's always negative energy when it has to do with fans. Then they asked Thelma what's up and the worst thing that she has gone through coming out of the house when it has to do with fans. So she said when she came out of the house, at the time when she came out of the house, there were a lot of hate comments. Like out of like 100 comments, you see like 50 or more hate comments, telling her a lot of bad things about her. I think she mentioned one time that she posted her cream, her product, and then somebody was now coming at her that she will not succeed in this life, that she just go back to her father's house, she should go back to where she came from, maybe Owerri. I don't know, I think she lives in Owerri or something like that, but somebody came for her telling her that she's not going to succeed, different things, that particular person is always coming and dropping negative comments. And one time she just decided to fire back and the person stopped dropping comments. Then they also threw the question at Ike and he said the same thing about positive energy, leaning towards the positive, that some of these people are also looking for relevance. They just want you to say something, or yeah, definitely just on a general note, they're just looking for relevance. So he doesn't give into so much of that, and then he also kind of doesn't attach himself too much to his fans or too much to the fans, so that they don't maybe influence him in a way that he doesn't want, or in a way that he doesn't like. Because the thing is that sometimes your fans might want something good for you, but they can also influence you in a way that you might not really want. So he doesn't put too much of his energy on fans. So that's what she said. Some are looking for relevance, some are not, and then he lets his management handle some of his social media business. Then Elozonam also spoke about fans getting very intrusive, like they just want to be involved in everything, and then sometimes they instigate fights between the housemates. They say things that normally maybe you are not having problems with this person, and then the fans come and just they're all up in your ear saying this thing about this person. They just instigate problems in on several locations or in different places, that it takes some kind of maturity, or it takes you have to now go the extra mile to make sure that you and this person, you don't have an issue with this person. So Kimopra now, at this point, Kimopra now complained about one time that mercenaries were coming after her, that Messi's fans were coming after her, that she was surprised at what happened. Like she had to reach out to Messi and ask her whether they are cool, like, okay, do they have any issue? Because the way the mercenaries were coming after her, she felt like maybe there's an issue that she has with Messi that she doesn't know about, that she has to reach out to Messi and like, okay, is there any issue here? Do we have problem? And Messi was like, oh, we are cool, we are fine. So at that point, she now understood that, oh, maybe this is just a fun thing and this is just them doing their thing. It doesn't mean that she has issues with Messi. So sometimes you have to go the extra mile and like try to find out from the person whether there's an issue, or try to resolve the issue with the person. Because if you go by what the fans are saying, you definitely have issues with somebody unexpectedly, even somebody that you guys are cool. So yeah, sometimes this whole fan thing can be very deep. And with BBNAIJA, the fan base, the fan everything is usually very, very deep. So you find people going all out for their favorites and cussing out the other person, or cussing out every other housemate that comes against or that says anything against their favorite. So it's usually very, very deep when it comes to BBNAIJA. That's what I've noticed. The fan base there. So they now talked about the things that they did in the house that went viral. This part was a bit funny because they pointed out two funny things that happened in the house. The backing the Umbuzo Chihuahua, that one. Then they now talked about the MC Oluomo. I go rip all of them, Mike's own and Tasha's own. It was like those are the trends that came out from the house that were really, really funny, and I liked it. So they showed the video, and it was all fun, and it was just fun. So they now went over to Tacha and her fans. First of all, if there's one thing I'm going to say when it comes to Tacha, is that she's very defensive. I've said this in one of my videos, like one of these reunion videos. Tacha is very defensive, and not only is she defensive, it's one thing to be defensive, and it's another thing to not accept any fault of yours at all. Since the beginning of this reunion, she has been coming from this cool angle. She has been calm, collected. Everything has been really cool. But in the midst of all of this, she has still succeeded in denying everything that has been thrown her way, every accusation that has been thrown her way. Now, I'm not saying that any of the housemates is innocent. All the housemates have their faults. Venita, Kimopra, Sheyi. I talked about Sheyi the other day that is very defensive. Tacha is also very defensive. Messi has her fault. Omashola has his fault. Fraud. All of them have their faults. All of them have their individual faults. But the reason we've heard about Tacha a lot is because in the house, she literally had problem with almost all the housemates. So it's only normal that she's going to come up very often. So if you think that, okay, it's all about people attacking, I don't think this whole show has been about attacking Tacha or anything. It's just because of the fact that she was the center of almost every issue that happened in the house. But in this whole reunion, Tacha has not accepted that anything. She has not accepted anything that she has done. It's either she denies it completely, or she acts defensive about it. Even in the calmness and in the calm nature, she's still very defensive, which I don't think is really cool. You should be able to accept your faults, then move on from there. So today, they talked to her about her fans being toxic, what she thinks about it. Does she think that they are extreme, or they are very intense, or they attack people and all of that? She was like, she doesn't feel like her fans attack people. At this point, the housemates were like, Some of the housemates were like, because I'm sure they did that because they experienced it firsthand. So she was like, she doesn't feel her fans attack people. That some people have that trident sign, and it doesn't mean that they are titans. Now I understand that you have people that come in to sabotage a particular fan base. You just have all these Judas. You don't have somebody who come and put something, maybe that trident, and say that okay, they are titans and stuff, and they are not titans. But when it comes to Tacha's fan base, it's not just one or two or three people that do these things that you can now say, okay, this is an exception, or maybe this person is not a titan. But the whole attack and everything is usually on a general note. It's just a few people that don't join in on these things. So you can't really say, okay, this person is not a titan, or these people are not titans. So she said that she doesn't feel like they attack people, or they are intense, or all those kind of things. So she was just standing in for her fans, and I think Ibuka asked her whether she feels like they are a reflection of her. Then I can't remember the answer she gave. This part I got a bit distracted. I can't remember the answer she gave, but I know she said something in the line of they are not exactly a reflection of me, but they then Elozonam said that when it comes to Tacha's fans, that are usually on the side of like attacking, that for every little thing that you do, you could get dragged for every little thing. That when he had a photo shoot with Messi, he was dragged. When he had a photo shoot with Mike, he was dragged. Then they now asked him about the mercenaries, that's Messi's fans, because we also have a lot of mercenaries doing the most. So he was like that from his unbiased opinion, or from his unbiased point of view. This was how he said it, that from his unbiased point of view, that he thinks that most of Messi's fans are more of like, they come from like a defense angle rather than an attack angle. Like they do more of defending than attacking. So Ebuka was like, but there are certain fans of Messi that also go all the way and like do the most. And he was like, definitely there are some of our fans that do that, but on the general note, for him, it feels like it's not just on the attack point of view. Then Ike said something there. Ike was like, maybe this you're looking at it from your angle. That's why you're saying what you're saying. So he was like, yeah, but this is his own unbiased point of view. And I feel like Ike said this because he has he has received a lot of attack from Messi's fans. That's one thing I know that they do a lot when it comes to Ike. Ike has seen things in their hand though. So that's why Ike would have made that statement. So Fraud now came in and talked about his experience in this whole fan attack. So he talked about the time where he responded to a comment on Twitter. I think the comment was praising him for his clothing line or what he was wearing, and then he now responded and thanked the person. Now he said that he was offline or he was traveling. Then when he now put on his phone, he just saw so many comments or so many things on his timeline insulting him, saying different things about him, dog, this one. They were just insulting him. So that's when he went back to the comment and now saw that at the end of the person's comment, the person was like, unlike some other people. So that's like a shade that the person was throwing on another housemate or another person, that he didn't see that when he responded. And it happens. Somebody can drop a long comment and then maybe you just read the first few lines and see that, okay, this is somebody praising me, and then you just respond. Now he said he reached out to Tacha. He sent Tacha a DM and like, what's up, this is what is happening, and she didn't respond. I think they also pointed out that no wonder Tacha is not following him and stuff. That was when he even noticed that Tacha wasn't following him on Instagram. Then he now went ahead to unfollow her. So the point I was trying to make here is that a lot of times the fans misunderstand a lot of things, and sometimes they instigate issues even between people that don't have issues. That for him and Tacha, they don't have any issue at all, that they are cool. But that as much as the fans also have a role to play in all of this, the housemate in question also has a role to play. Like in this situation now, Tasha was not following him and this happened. So if you see that this person is not following this person, you would automatically think that these people are not cool. That's what happens on social media. Like, it's so bad that some of the things they used to know that, oh, this person and this person are quarreling, is when they are not following each other or they've unfollowed or this and that. So this is also makes the problem bigger than it is. Now Tasha said she did not see his message, or that he did not send her a message. She didn't say she didn't see, okay, she said she didn't see it, and also said that he did not send her a message. Like, she was so sure that he did not send her a message. So I'm like, okay, isn't it possible that maybe it's her publicist that was with her phone, that's why she didn't see it? Or, she might have missed it, but she's saying that he did not send at all. Like, she was sure that he did not send her a message. So he now pointed out that on his birthday, she replied a message in her DM. Like, there was a communication between them, and he saw that the message he sent before, was seen. So he doesn't understand why she's saying that she did not see the message. So that was just their own back and forth, or their own talk. So there was something that Messi said. She addressed what Tacha said about her fans not being intense and not attacking people. Messi was like, she knows that Tacha knows that her fans attack people, and she even likes and retweets some of their comments, some of their attacks, and that she can't say that she doesn't know this, or she didn't say she can't say, but she just said that Tacha knows that her fans attack people, and she also likes and retweets it sometimes. And to be honest with you, I've seen certain situations where this happen. A lot of times it's almost like she enables the fans to be that way, and she's usually in the middle of everything, and I think that is not nice. I feel like she just needs to accept her wrong and then move on from that, because I saw a post where they were like, the reason she went for the reunion was to show the world the real her, like who Tacha is and not who the media portrays her to be, which I understand and I feel like is a really cool thing to do. But from what I've seen, she claims that she was all real in the house, and then now she's all real. So it's like it's two personalities that she's putting out to us. Now it's a different case if she said that, okay, the Tacha in the house is like, she's different. She's now a different person from who she was in the house. It's a different case. It's like, okay, this is somebody that is trying to change. This is a work in progress. This is somebody that's changing from who she used to be to who she is now. But no, that was not the case. This is the case of, okay, this is who I am. This is the person you saw in the house is not who I am. This is the real me. And for some reason, I feel like Tasha is a sweet girl. I feel like Tasha is not really that person. Somehow. I strongly believe that most of what she did in the house was just fronting, it was just for the show, and it was just. But she, the same person, claims that that's who she is. That Tasha, like that's who she is. So it's like, see, I'm confusing my brain. So that was it about the reunion. It was mostly about fans and how the housemates are taking it. It was just a general discussion about fan base and the housemates. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about today's video. If you're still here till this time, whether you think I've been talking rubbish or not, please like this video, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye. Love you.